Congratulations, we finally made it to the halfway point of 2020. And I think I speak for everyone when I say that 2020 so far has been... Thankfully, the PlayStation 4 has continued to thrive, with a bunch of fantastic and excellent new titles being released within the first 6 months of the year. Hello, I'm Liam from Pushsquare, and this is our list of the 10 best PlayStation 4 games of 2020 so far. Before we start, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, it would really help us out. Hot on the heels of the brilliant Resident Evil 2 came this remake of the third entry. While it didn't quite live up to its predecessor, Resident Evil 3 Remake is still a thoroughly entertaining thrill ride that brought Jill Valentine's attempt to escape the zombie-infested Raccoon City into glorious high definition. With the terrifying nemesis on your tail, this more action-heavy horror title is a survival horror romp that wonderfully reimagines the PlayStation 1 outing. Yeah, it's a little bit too short, and it has a few questionable omissions, but Resident Evil 3 Remake is still a thoroughly enjoyable entry in the long-running horror franchise. I am the biggest Resident Evil fan in the world, to the point where Shinji Mikami is my dad, he just doesn't realise it yet. And experiencing key moments from Resident Evil 3 in the RE engine was incredible. Being chased by Nemesis through the streets of Raccoon City, exploring the dark and ruined corridors of the Raccoon General Hospital, Carlos's hair, just in general. And that's not just because it looks exactly the same as mine after 4 months in lockdown. Now, I think at this point we all know that Arc System works to make a pretty good fighting game, and GRANBLUE Fantasy Versus is yet another example of the developer's fantastic talents. Based on the Japanese meta property of the same name, this is a relatively traditional fighter, but gorgeous visuals and a great roster of diverse characters elevate the experience. While it's had its fair share of balancing issues on a competitive level, there's still so much fun to be had here, and it even comes with its own surprisingly lengthy RPG mode. And to top it all off, the game's very easy to get into, offering accessible mechanics without sacrificing the eventual depth that more serious players will no doubt seek out. Kentucky Route Zero was a long time coming, but it finally arrived on the PlayStation 4 this year, and it was worth the wait. This episodic adventure game stands apart because it's constantly reinventing itself while telling an engaging story. It may present you with some pretty bizarre scenes, but it somehow all comes together beautifully. The end result is one of the PlayStation 4's strangest yet most captivating adventures. Let's face it, Zombie Army 4 Dead War isn't exactly going to win any Game of the Year awards, but you know what? Gosh darn it, does it know how to have some fun. Strung together by a daft story that involves Nazi zombies, the title takes place over a number of chapters, each of them sporting their own unique European setting, from the canals of Venice to a delightful zombie zoo. You and up to 3 pals can blast your way through these levels with all kinds of 1940s era armaments, popping undead heads like there's no tomorrow. Zombie Army 4 is just so easy to pick up and play, and as soon as you start triggering the kill combo, well, you'll be hard pressed not to be instantly hooked. Zombie Army 4 is a genuine underappreciated gem. Its campaign mode, when played with friends, is one of the best co-op experiences of the year, and its horde mode is honestly one of the best in any game ever. I find myself going back to it way more than I should. Rebellion have quietly been making some of the best AA titles this generation, and Zombie Army 4, for my money, is them firing on all cylinders. It is the pinnacle of their craft. You know, thinking about it, there are some sequels like The Last of Us Part 2, which subvert expectations in interesting and exciting ways, and then there are sequels like Neo 2, which don't. This hard-as-nails action RPG may be similar to its samurai-themed predecessor, but the original was a pleasant surprise on the PlayStation 4, and its successor is still thoroughly entertaining. Pulsating combat pairs with imaginative environments to make for a fantastical journey through feudal Japan. Definitely one to pick up if you're a fan of really hard Souls-like RPGs. Doom Eternal is by far the best first-person shooter on the PlayStation 4, and that is no small statement considering there's been a fair few of those on the system since it debuted in 2013. ID Software's follow-up didn't have quite the same impact as its predecessor, weirdly, but don't let that fool you into thinking this is anything but spectacular. Fast-paced firefights and entertaining platforming, no matter what anyone else says, make for a throwback run-and-done experience that's practically peerless on contemporary consoles. Hell hath no fury like Doomguy with a big fudging gun. Yeah, you heard me, YouTube algorithm, I said fudging. Come at me, you dumb robot. I think we're as surprised as anyone when we say that, yeah, Square Enix really did remake Final Fantasy VII, or, you know, at least part of it, and it's actually very, very good. Although the aptly named Final Fantasy VII Remake does stumble at times, its incredible high points are worth the price of admission alone. This isn't just a simple remake, it's a labour of love from a team that's clearly passionate about Cloud, his friends, and the world that they inhabit. It's a game that takes a surprising amount of risks, but almost all of them pay off in ways that you simply don't see coming. And what is arguably the best battle system that Final Fantasy has come up with since the ATB, and you've got the beginning of something very, very special. We can't wait to see what Square Enix do next. You know, unless they're busy making another Kingdom Hearts, Rhythm, Dame, or whatever. Nomura, stop putting belts on Batman and make the part 2, come on. We thought Persona 5 was a masterpiece when it released back in 2017, but Persona 5 Royal is proof that you can improve upon relative perfection. In short, Royal makes the original game redundant. Every little tweak and every sweeping change or addition bolsters the experience, resulting in a truly engrossing tale. Even if you've played Persona 5 to death, Royal still manages to impress with fantastic new characters and a whole new endgame. Without spoiling anything, the final act of Royal is immaculate, delivering a conclusion that takes an already amazing journey to a whole new level. Not just one of the best games of 2020, but one of the best games of this generation, period. Without question, one of the best games this year, Dreams is a platform that's constantly evolving at the whim of its passionate player base. Able to make whatever your heart desires, this innovative and powerful creative tool allows everyone to construct something cool, functional, or just plain beautiful. Or breakfast. Beautifully rendered, high definition, photorealistic breakfasts. Have you seen these beans? Nomura! Have you seen these beans? Stop drawing belts and look at these beans! With a lovely story from Media Molecule and endless potential, Dreams is one hell of a package. The best part is that it'll only get bigger and better as time goes on, especially with the virtual reality update coming in July. We can't wait to watch it all unfold. A real and genuine triumph. Best game of 2020 so far? How about best game of the generation so far? I mean, no, it's too early to hand The Last of Us Part 2 such a prestigious accolade, but there's no doubt that this is Naughty Dog's best effort to date. The storytelling subverts expectations in dramatic ways, which is a surefire way to make this sequel a popular talking point for years to come. But it's the gameplay that cements it as an all-time Hall of Famer. Combat is intense, owing to outstanding animations, artificial intelligence, and level design. Throw in some of the best world building since Red Dead Redemption 2, and it's going to take something truly special to replace Ellie's bleak sophomore quest as 2020's Game of the Year. So there we have it, the best PlayStation 4 games of 2020 so far. Do you think we missed something from our list? Let us know in the comments below. What are your favourite PlayStation 4 games from 2020 so far? If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and make sure to subscribe to Push Square for everything PlayStation. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time when hopefully I don't have as much hair. Because this is getting ridiculous.